All right, Zac Babb here with head coach Coach Eaton on the Week 3 edition of Monday Morning Football. Coach, first off, y'all haven't beaten Cy Creek since '07. So how's this win feeling right now?
Feels good. Feels really good. I mean, it puts us 2-0 in the district. And again, get the monkey off your back. You haven't beat him in a while. But any time you get a chance to beat Cy Creek, that's a rival, and they've had our number for a while, and you have to hear them talk about it and listen to, our players have to hear about it. But so it feels good from that standpoint, but mainly 2-0. 2-0 feels a little better.
All right, and Troy Mitchell, his performance last week, 238 yards, touchdown pass, the big one to Ja'Cory Warwick near the end of the game, up the sideline, set up the last touchdown. What do you think of his performance?
Played well. I mean, exactly what I thought was going to happen did. Cy Creek loaded the box, put a 9-man box in there. They had 9 guys within 8 yards of the ball. They weren't going to let Bryce beat him. Bryce, he had 250 yards the week before. So I thought for us to win, we were going to have to make some plays in the passing game, and we did. I mean, you look at, I don't know what you said, 240 yards passing, whatever it was. That offset the yards that Bryce and Trey did not get in the run game, because I know we didn't have. We may have had 100 yards total rushing, but it didn't come from any one spot, which is what we've been getting lately.
All right, and then on to Ja'Cory Warwick himself, 138 yards, 4 receptions, running the ball well as well. What about him?
He's special. I mean, we saw it last week against Woods. A mistake on number 11 is going to end up in the end zone almost every time. And, he had a great game against Woods. There was even a couple times when we had him, but we got flushed from the pocket, or he'd had even a bigger game. Right now, it's just coming easy to him. He's in a groove, so to speak, and you go with the hot hand when you have one, and he's hot right now. He's real hot. So, and this week he's got a sophomore trying to cover him, first-year varsity starter. So we're going to be going back to number 11 this week as well.
All right, and your defense really held up a lot with their stamina, having to go through the one Cy Creek drive. They had like four fourth down conversions, ended up getting the touchdown, one of which was a fake field goal that they converted, then came up with a big 4th down stop with 9 minutes left in the game. How do you think how they held up?
When you look at it, that one drive was a 22-play drive. They converted 4 4th downs, but we also had 4 4th down stops in the game. We had 4 4th and 2 stops that are just huge. You'd like not to go to sleep on the special teams like we did, especially coming out of a timeout. We talked about it. It was a long field goal, but overall, I mean, they've just been doing such a yeoman's effort up there. They've kept the score low in every single game, and if we can keep, everybody in our district to 2 touchdowns with the weapons we have in offense, I like our chances a lot.
All right, on your with the low amount of points y'all have allowed, 37 points through 3 games, you're averaging just over 12 points given up a game, which is 10 points less than y'all averaged last year.
Absolutely.
Through these first 3 games, how?
I've just been so impressed. They're not beating themselves. The little things you got to do to play good defense, we're lining up right. That's first job. We're reading our keys, and then most importantly, we're tackling really well. And we're doing a good job of just some small things that most people don't notice. We're taking away screens. I don't think anybody's completed a screen against us yet. And you're going to have to throw screens to beat us, as talented as our front is. When we rush, we had 3 sacks the other night, and the only way to beat that is to offset it with a screen. And yet we were still blitzing and spying the screen, and we were covering them. So it's little small things like that. But the main thing is make them earn everything they're going to put up on that board. And that's what a 22-play drive is. I mean, it's exactly that. It's not one play and score. It's because most times a high school team can't do that. You're not going to see very many 20-play drives. They're going to end in a fumble, a penalty, an interception. So I mean, they're just doing a great job of bending but not breaking.
And you got Cy Ridge coming up here on Thursday. Really a series that no one team has really been able to kind of clamp down on. Y'all been alternating wins since '08. Most of them have been blowout wins by one team or the other. But Ridge, too, Jeff Neighbors, 366 yards in that thriller against Langham, won the game on the last play. What do you got to do to slow them down?
Well, I don't know much about the quarterback because he just transferred in this year. He looks like, a really good football player. But we're going to focus on 25. Rennie Childs, the tailback, he's really strong. We saw him last year as a sophomore. I think he almost had 1,000 yards as a sophomore, but he's already had a game this year where he's had about 250 yards. we're going to make the quarterback make plays. You know, you have to pick your poison, and I don't want to pick 25. So we're going to try to take 25 away and make their quarterback make plays. And he's done it. And I'm sure he'll make a few against us, but you know, you have to defend one thing or the other. You can't take away everything. You have to take away something and then make the other side of it make a play. And so that's kind of how we're working on it.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Next week.
Yes, sir.